Hi guys, I'm back. So I'm gonna show you some of the dried pieces of yesterday. Not totally dry, but I'm gonna be careful in showing them because I think someone wanted to buy them. I am going to do a little pour with a new experimental mix. And later on today, I think I'm gonna do a resin pour and maybe the resi crete. The stuff I showed you guys yesterday, this stuff. I think I'll be trying something out. I have a really big canvas and I'm just not sure what I want to do with it. But what I saw, Aram sent me an email this morning where he showed me what this stuff does, when you put it on in different thickness. And I saw some beautiful cracking going on. And I really like that cracking because it gives something organic, the industrial look, and I'm really excited to try this stuff. But I know I should try it on a small canvas. I know I should. I shouldn't be doing it on a big, good canvas, but we'll see. So that's up for today. This is the updated list as of this afternoon, 1 o'clock. Right now it's 1:15. And this is the updated list. So I'd like to thank everyone that sponsored me this month. I love you all to pieces. And I will be working on the necklaces later on this evening. I'm going to get my big box of Yupos and I'm going to go through there and get the most beautiful Yupos I have. And I'm going to cut them and I'm going to put them in the necklace. I'm going to do that with glaze, not with the resin. So I'm going to put a diamond glaze in there and put a glass cabochon on top, because that is so beautiful where it gives that little dome effect and it magnifies the pour a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I got the chains and I got the pendants. Everything's in place. So there's nothing left for me to do but make them. Also, I want to tell you guys that I got a lot of jewelry on my website, the web shop. I got some beautiful, beautiful pendants in, and I got some more of those glass cabochons in, and I got some, let's see, really beautiful oval ones that are really pretty on the outside. So if you're into jewelry making, go look over at blazingcolors.eu and go to the web shop. When you're at the web shop, on the left-hand side at the bottom, there's the jewelry parts, and you'll find them. And they're really beautiful. Okay, now I'll put this away because I might be needing this one a little later. So here's the names up close. And you could put the video on pause if you can't find your name fast enough. And remember, I do abbreviate the last names because, internet is a scary place sometimes. You don't want your full name blasted all over the internet forever. So that's why I take off a little bit of the last name. If you don't mind, just slip me the note. When you do a donation or sponsorship, you have a little box that you can leave a note, and if you put your in there that you don't mind, you want your full name on it, I will absolutely do it. Okay, thanks all. Now the ones I did yesterday, as you can see, beautiful. They really dried up really nice, and I would really, I don't know, horizontal, vertical, they go both ways. Like someone said, horizontal, it resembles sometimes a little bit of a mountain, and if you could imagine trees in them, you could see a lake or something like that. I don't know, but everyone sees something different in there. So what I really like is what the edges did. Now you saw me, I didn't blow it with a straw, it just grew by itself, and I think that is pretty awesome. And there's a lot of detail in these. I'll give you an up close view. Oops. Sometimes it'll go in focus all by itself, and sometimes it needs a little help. See that? That is kind of cool. If you want to make a screensaver, now's the time. So they're really pretty. They're not totally dried yet. I'll do the other one. Screensaver time. So I don't want to touch them on here. It hasn't even been 20 hours, so I want to be careful. When they are going to be varnished, they're going to pop even more. Now, if it would just get in focus. Nah, doesn't feel like it. So when I varnish it, it'll be even more beautiful. So I was really happy with this. And you know, when I do something like this and it turns out as beautiful as these three, usually I want to do another and another, you know, just to get it out of my system, because it was, for me, it was amazing what the sides did. That's so organic looking. And it really made me think, wow, that is beautiful. So I might just come up with another one pretty soon, just maybe a little bigger, maybe 20 by 20, and do 3, and then go on to a 30 by 30. And imagine if I did 3 30 by 30s, and you hang that up, and you have like 10 centimeters in between the canvases. You would have 90 and 20. That would be 1 meter 10. So that would be pretty nice. If you hang it horizontal or vertical, it'd be really big. So I just might do that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put these away very carefully. Making sure I don't, you know, touch the top. Now, this morning I was on YouTube a lot, because I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. My mind has been racing, and it's almost to a point where I think, oh, slow down, you got too much stuff in your mind that you want to make. I will give you an example. A while back I did this one, and I called this one Klimt Colors. I'll give you a close-up. Let's see if I can get the lights off the glitter. There it is. Can you see how beautiful this one is? So it's really pretty. And what I was thinking is that I want to put some gold on, but I'm going to put gold leaf on it. But what I want are squares. And it has to be totally square. And I want them to be like little on the top, tiny squares up here, and then gradually the squares are going to get bigger and bigger as they go down. But they have to be totally square. So I was thinking, how am I going to do this? Now, there are a couple of options I had in my mind, because I thought about taking a Yupo, cutting squares with my brother Scan and Cut, and then, you know, just putting glue, you know, with the template, I would have a perfect square. Putting glue in those little squares I cut out, then putting on the gold leaf, and then that has to be perfectly square, because it has to be perfect. I'm a little obsessive when it comes to things like that, because when I have something in my mind that I want something to be totally square, if it's not, then I'm, you know, I lose interest and I don't like it anymore. So what I did this morning, I bought a couple of, online, I bought a couple of glue pens. With a pen you can really come in and do them really tight. So they will be here like Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't know, something like that. And I'll give it a go. But that's what I'm going to put on here. Now, I'm not sure if you can pick it up on here, but there's a lot of metallic in here. Here's a lot of metallic. And down here, this is all metallic. You know, when you look at it in real life, it's much prettier than on the monitor. And the glitter that you see, it's almost non-existent if you stand in front of it, but when you move it sort of glistens and it's really pretty. So just putting on those gold, maybe copper, I'm not sure. I think I might go for copper. And putting those squares on, maybe both. See how my mind works? If I sit here in my studio and I drink a cup of coffee and I'm looking around and I see a lot of canvases, I have so many ideas for stuff to do. It's crazy. Okay. Now, here's the little canvas. What I need is a little cup. And these are really medicine cups, which you can squeeze together. The other ones I sell in my shop, these are plastic, and they are more for the flip cup. You know, so you can flip it and don't need to put too much paint in there. This one goes to 40 milliliters, but you can't squeeze it because it just breaks. These cups are, I think, 4 times as expensive as these. But I guess it's because you can squish them and wash them. So, okay. Now, I'm going to start off with, yes, I ditched the turquoise because so many people are crying out, Annemarie, stop doing the turquoise. I don't like it. I want something else. Sorry. So I did. I listen to you guys sometimes. So what I got is a lot of pinks. I got a really beautiful rusty brown color. I have copper and I have purple. And of course I have white. Now these are all Winsor & Newton colors. If you want to know the colors, just pull up a Winsor & Newton chart. You can Google Winsor & Newton color chart and put in Galeria, because that's not the brand, but you know what I mean. It's Galeria paint, and there's not so many colors. So if you pull it up, you'll find this one, Permanent Rose, I think it's called, Permanent Crimson, Purple, Burnt Sienna, Copper, and White. And really, I don't think it's that important that you get exactly the same colors I do, because it's much more satisfying if you pick your own colors, because you pick them because you like them, right? And if you do mine, you're not picking something you like, you're picking something I like. So go ahead and pick your own colors, and I'm sure you will love it. Now, what I mix this with is a varnish. Yeah, this is different. So if this works, because you guys can't get this varnish, but I didn't want to waste very expensive varnish on this, so I thought I'd try it first with very cheap stuff. Like you guys have the dollar store, we have Action, and this comes from the Action. And I'm going to try this, and if it works, I will go to a more expensive varnish, the Vallejo varnish, and I'll try it with that too. So what I want to do first is mix all the pinks together, and it is pretty thick, so I'm not really sure if this is going to work. Ooh, it really thickened up a little too, because I didn't even wait that long. Just waited, I don't know, half an hour. So that's something that you'll have to watch out. This stuff thickens pretty quick. I'm going to put in a lot of brown because I like this brown color. Now, this is the copper color. Yeah, it looks pretty much the right thickness. Might be a little bit on the thick side, but I'll just do a little one. If it doesn't work, I can wash off this canvas and do it again. Let's put a little bit more purple in there, just, you know, because we like it. There we go. Now I'm going to put it over here, and then I'm going to come in with my white, because this is going to be a push and a pull. So I'm going to put a lot of white behind it. And I'm going to get my little palette knife, smooth it out a little bit. And you can see that it's not behaving like the normal paint. See that? That's pretty blobby. I don't know how to say it. But it's, yeah, it's not so that I think it's going to be good or something. I don't know. We'll see. So then I'm going to push it up, pull it down, and let it really soak down the canvas. Then I'm going to put it on the side, make it go down a little bit more. Go over the side, a lot of that white. Then I'm going to let it come down again. Well, it does sell, but not spectacular. Now I'm really going to whack it. See how this is going to be lacing. Now a lot of people have asked me, you know, how do I do lacing? Well, all it is that you have one color very thin over the other. And I'll show you when I hit the torch with it. And I'm holding the torch up high so the warmth can come down. I'm not really liking it. Let's see. I want to bring that whole thing down. See how it's stretching? Because I want to really test it. Because of the varnish, I want to see if it can really be stretched without breaking. Letting it go over the side, helping gravity a little bit. Now I'm going to turn it around. Nah. I don't know. I'm not totally convinced I like this stuff. And I'm just looking, you know, how these cells are developing, because that I do find important. Now, if you let's say for example that we did the pour like this, and well, you didn't really like it like I don't right now. Making sure the corner is done. Now, you might like it, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is show you that when you don't like something, you don't have to stop and think, okay, I just wasted a canvas. You don't have to do that. Now what I'm going to do is come back in with a little bit more white, put it over there. That's it. I'm going to get my big palette knife. That's number 1. And that's number 2. Now I'm going to see if this has good swipe qualities, and I think it does because I can see pretty much what it's doing. Now, as you can see, when I'm closer to the canvas with the torch, that's when I go faster. The higher I get, the more stationary I hold it. The closer I go to the canvas, the more I move it. That's what you should do, because otherwise you burn the paint. Now, let's see if we do this. If it's still moving. Yes, it is. Because I'd like it to go over the side just a little bit. that's going. That's kind of nice. Now I want it to go down a little bit. It is very slow moving, so this, if you ever do this with the varnish in it, it's very slow moving. You got to give it a lot of time to move. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cute. Now I want to come in with something more, with a little bit more color in it. So I'm gonna put some in the cup. I want a lot of this copper. And of course the brown. That's gonna make the statement on the top. A little bit more. A little bit more copper. There we go. Now I'm gonna give it a tiny little stir. And I think I should put a little bit of white in it. That's it. I guess what I'm missing is the definition in the cells, because what you really see is lacing, but you don't really see the definition in those cells. So I'm going to try to achieve that with what I'm going to put over it right now. That's it. No more. Now I'm going to watch out where it goes, because I think I do like it a little bit thin, like what it's doing now. It's a lot of brown. All the pink left, but it is cool. I'm starting to like it. Now I'm going to torch. Just for it to give me a couple of little cells. Nah, not much cells coming up. And right now I'm gonna turn it and let it go down this way, because I'd like to broaden up those ribbons. And I'm gonna let it go completely over the side. Ooh, I like what's going on here. So we're gonna give it a little bit more. That is crazy. That is nice. That is kind of nice. Nope, not much selling going on, and that is really crazy. So I don't think I would do this one again. You know, it's nice to see what it did, and that's about it. What I'm gonna do now is put more purple in here, and a little bit of this darker pink, and then the really light pink. And then I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of white. There we go. Stir it up a little and come straight back in and do another. Give them a little room to grow. That's it. And what I'd like it like this, I think. Maybe like that. Okay. I'm going to give you a close-up, but I can't, of course I can't take off the iPad because I'm plugged into everything. So let's see if I can get you in focus. There we are. That is kind of cool. And this is the whole thing. It does have something to it. It does. I can't say it's butt ugly. Maybe it's just the colors. Maybe if I had done this in turquoise, I would have loved it. I don't know. But it is different. That's a thing that's certain. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put it aside here. Hoping this thing gets back in focus, because how can I touch my iPad with these hands? Okay. Let's see if we can make something of this. I need scissors. The plastic on the table really works. I really like that. It is a lot easier for me to clean. And like you guys said, it doesn't make as much noise with the push pins. There it goes. Look at that selling. That's not normal. That's kind of nice. I think this will work for someone who likes a purple piece of jewelry. But this stuff is really thick. And the cells, nope. So the cells don't really pop up. It is kind of cool for lacing. That it works for lacing, but it really doesn't work with cells. I don't think it's pretty at all. So I don't think I'll be using it again. I'm trying to get full coverage out of this paint that I have. Let's see. I'm getting my little palette knife. Zoopity-doo-dah. There we go. There it goes over the side. There, that one, it's really thick. I can feel it by the weight of the Yupo. See how much paint was on there? But that is pretty, isn't it? Look at that. I'm gonna help it just a little bit, see if it will sell. And why? No, it doesn't sell at all. And that is something that I don't like, because I want to be able to, when I've manipulated the paint, I want to come back in with my torch and I want to see it sell. And this stuff doesn't do that. So I think it has to do with the varnish. So people that are doing this recipe with varnish from Action, it's okay to do the one pour like I did here, and you get all the lacing, but it's not really good for getting a lot of cells. So if you like those, like what I have here, just a little bit of cells here and there and a lot of swirly stuff, if you like that, it's perfect. But if you really like a lot of cells and once or twice moving the paint and you want to torch it again, this is not the thing you should be trying. So we'll stick with the pouring medium and the gloss medium from Vallejo, because that up to now is my best recipe. So thanks all. This is it. And this one, of course, I won't be touching it. I have to clean up first. So thanks all for watching. Someone asked me to do, when I say ich liebe euch alle, they thought it was Dutch, but it's not. It's German, and it's saying I love you all. That's how you say it in German. Ich liebe euch alle. Oh, don't you just love that? I just love, you know, I could do this all day. If I had a lot of cups of paint, I could just, you know, do something on the table and just do that. I think that is stunning. See that? But you do it once or twice and then it goes all to one color. Too bad. Okay guys, thank you all. Love you all to pieces. Liebe euch alle. See you in the next video.